About 10,000 dogs and a number of cats were killed at an annual dog meat festival in southwestern China to celebrate the longest day of the year. I am Juliana Liu. It was a reminder of one of the most traumatic days of my childhood in the Chinese city of Changsha. When I was 3 years old, after months of begging, my parents finally gave in to my pleas for a puppy. The day that my uncle, a lorry driver, brought me a fuzzy yellow mongrel from my grandmother's mountainous faraway home was the happiest of my young life. I named him Doggy, and we immediately became inseparable. As an only child born in 1979 at the beginning of China's one-child policy, I had always been alone, and Doggy became my best friend. He loved running around outside our one-room flat, gobbling up leftover rice and snuggling near the coal fire. But these halcyon days did not last. After just one winter, my parents told me Doggy had to go. In Chinese cities in the early 1980s, owning a pet was considered highly undesirable, bourgeois behavior. None of my neighbors had one. It was also not entirely legal. There was no access to animal vaccines or vets, so pets could pose a public health risk. One day, my mother announced we were going shopping, and when we returned a few hours later, Doggy was no more. He had been strung up by the legs in our communal yard and was soon turned into a stew, complete with herbs and hard-boiled eggs. No one paid any attention to my tears. I heard the neighbors say I would soon forget the whole thing. They, on the other hand, were in a celebratory mood. In the years before China's economic boom, when some food was still rationed, it was rare to have the chance to feast on a whole animal. I refused to eat the stew, and I have never eaten a dog in my life. The overall attitude is against dog eating. China has 130 million dogs, of which 27 million are urban pets. That's a big number of pet owners. The younger generation, born in the 1990s, is not tolerant of animal cruelty. How I wish more people had taken this attitude 3 decades ago. My parents, now utterly embarrassed about having allowed my pet to be cooked, generally avoid the topic entirely. But when I was 5 years old, my father left China to study abroad, and the very first gift he sent me was a fuzzy, yellowish stuffed puppy. I named him Doggy. To this day, wherever I go, he is with me. Do you have any fantastic life stories? Feel free to share it with us, and we will be happy to post it.